Live from Studio 44 in downtown Evansville, 44 News at Noon starts now.
Good afternoon. Welcome to 44 News at Noon. I'm Chelsea Koerbler, filling in for Shelby Coates. An Evansville woman is accused of murder is expected to be back in court today. Police arrested Shauna Reed in October after police say they found 27-year-old Stedman Bard shot to death in an apartment. The probable cause affidavit says the two were arguing when Bard walked into the living room. That's where police found his body with a gunshot wound. Police say Reed disposed of the handgun by throwing it over a fence behind her apartment. The Evansville Police Merit Commission is scheduled to talk about the punishment of a group of police officers at its meeting this afternoon. All 4 officers received suspensions after being accused of using excessive force in an arrest in late October. The officers filed documents stating the man they tried to arrest fought with them, but body cam footage shows that was not the case. Police Chief Billy Boland recommended officers Mark DeCamps, Marcus Craig, and Nick Henderson be fired, that Sergeant Castle be demoted. An agreement with the city and the firefighters is expected to be approved tonight at the Evansville City Council meeting. This is over a proposed health insurance package, which includes a 120% increase in deductibles and premiums. Many firefighters have come forward saying they simply cannot afford this increase. City Council tabled voting on the contract at its past meetings until a judge ruled on the lawsuit filed against the city by police and firefighters. In Spencer County, the Santa Claus Town Council will meet tonight to talk about how to go forward with the city's trails. Members are worried about how to pay for the project. The council needs to pay the construction fees up front when ground breaks on each of the 4 trails. That's going to cost about $1.5 million, but just $700,000 has been approved so far. The meeting is at 5:30 tonight at Santa Claus Town Hall. The victims in a quadruple fatal accident in Caldwell County along 16 on Saturday have been identified. Kentucky State Police identify the victims as Thomas Hughes of Princeton, Raymond and Carolyn Vilvins, and Linda Franz of Ohio. Crews airlifted another passenger to the hospital in critical condition. Police are still investigating, but say Hughes' car crossed the median before hitting the oncoming car. It took 2 years, but officials were finally able to break ground on the Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office Operations Center earlier this morning. Once completed, the center will replace the current Sheriff's Command Post on U.S. Highway 41. The command post has been there for 23 years. The building is expected to save the Sheriff's Office about $35,000 to $40,000 a year and provide more room for the office to work and grow.
But we'll have better workspace. We'll have an enhanced lab that's almost 3 times what the existing lab that we operate out of now. And with today's forensics, we certainly needed that space to do our operations day to day.
The sheriff says the new post is also going to be a more energy efficient building, which will help with saving money. It is expected to be completed by the summer of 2017. Also happening today, the Evansville-Vanderburgh School Corporation will share information on the new K-6 school on the city's north side. Tonight's meeting will give people the chance to find out more about the elementary school's design and layout, as well as an updated timeline for construction. The school is expected to open for the 2018-2019 school year, and it will help reduce enrollment at Scott and Oak Hill schools. The meeting is at 6 tonight at North High School. For the whole week, one Princeton man is going to be living in a box the size of a refrigerator. His reason to raise money for the Salvation Army. Captain Alex Norton says the Salvation Army in Princeton is $40,000 short of its $125,000 goal. In order to get people's attention and raise more money, he decided to do something. He says he wants to suffer so others don't have to.
Maybe this will give them a reason to come out and donate, that they see the Salvation Army putting their efforts right where they've always been claiming that we do, and here you can see it right in public. I'm out here freezing, suffering for those that need the help.
Captain will be out there until Friday at 7 p.m. with his bell working to meet his goal. 44 News meteorologist Jackie Brown joins us now with a look at your first weather. Jackie.
All right. Thank you so much, Chelsea. It is 12:04 on this Monday afternoon. We are seeing cloudy skies, 37 degrees at the airport. Winds out of the north-northwest at about 7 miles per hour. With that wind chill this morning, saw a lot of 20s and 30s across the board. So it's still pretty chilly outside. Your weather breakdown, we're going to see a decrease in clouds continue. We can see a wintry mix tomorrow morning possible for that commute. We continue to track as that gets closer. We're looking at about 20% coverage as of right now. And believe it or not, colder temps are on the way. Rest of your day planner, 3 p.m. we'll see that temp of 38 degrees, so we dropped down a little bit and then we will warm up and then we'll go back down again. 6 p.m. a temp of about 33 degrees. We'll see anywhere from partly cloudy to sun. We should this afternoon, and depending on how much sun we do see today, that's going to be the factor in our the deciding factor in what our high will be for today. 9 p.m. 31, so we're seeing those 30s through today. We've got big changes though. We are going to have a warm up and we are going to see that Canadian air make its way into the tri-state area. It's going to get quite cold this week, so just be prepared for that. But tomorrow morning, as you are heading out, we can see a wintry mix. Here is your daily records for December 12th. A record high of 72 in 2015, a record low of 7 in 1962, and the warmest low, 62 in 2015. Normals for this time of year, 45 and 28 degrees, so a little bit below average for today, but we'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up in minutes.
Airports in Chicago are hoping to get back on track today. Steady snowfall this weekend caused more than 1,200 flight cancellations at O'Hare and Midway airports. The winter storm dumped 3 to 8 inches in the Chicago area over the weekend. The heaviest snow was reported in the northern suburbs of Chicago and in parts of northwest Indiana. Flights in Evansville are back to running on time. There were a few minor delayed flights to Chicago this morning because of the snow. So if you are heading out, take a quick check at the Evansville Regional Airport website for any delays or cancellations. Folks in Gatlinburg are still picking up the pieces after a deadly fire destroyed dozens of homes and businesses. The fire destroyed Sandra Cover's home just 2 weeks after her husband's death. She says volunteers from across the country dug through ash and rubble to find anything left behind. Samaritan's Purse, an organization that helps people recover from natural disasters, will be in Gatlinburg for the next few weeks. What's been recovered isn't worth much money, but has sentimental value for Cover and brings back the memories she shared with her husband.
We're doing pretty good. We've found several things that have brought a smile to her face.
Oh, I've just felt loved. I feel love from these people. I feel love from God. I just feel like everybody is working together just to help people.
Last week, authorities charged 2 teens for the wildfire that killed 14 people and destroyed or damaged more than 2,400 buildings. A candlelight vigil was held Sunday in the Ohio hometown of astronaut John Glenn. Glenn passed away last Thursday. Those who attended the small church in New Concord, Ohio, wanted to remember one of their lifelong members in the best way possible. They say knowing Glenn made a positive impact on one's life.
Knowing someone who can bring out the best in people, who really cares about his neighbors, that's an important thing to remember.
Glenn was a U.S. Senator and astronaut. He was also the first man to orbit the Earth. They came to dance, but also to mourn. The Mezzanine nightclub is a hub of electronic music in San Francisco. It hosted a fundraiser to honor the victims of the Oakland warehouse fire. It's been just over a week since 36 young people died in the fire. Those in attendance say the tragedy hits close to home.
I think it's horrible. I mean, a lot of us work in like underground scenes and music scenes and venues, and so to lose them, even though if you didn't directly know them, like they could have been you, it could have been your friend, it could have been anyone you knew.
Money raised will go toward the Oakland Fire Fund set up by the Gray Area Foundation of the Arts. A raffle and silent auction will contribute to the fund. Coming up next at noon, we'll take you to the celebration as Indiana turns 200 years old. Plus, a man is suing his neighbor over a Christmas display. Why he's taking the matter to court up next.